Medellin experienced an impressive turnaround in the past 10 years, and it has become emblematic of the new Colombia. It has won accolades for being amongst the world's most innovative cities, and it is now known for its architecture and entrepreneurialism rather than from cocaine and conflict. Medellin's business elite is often the country's corporate face abroad. Its main symbol is the so-called Sindicato Antioqueño, an interconnected conglomerate that is Colombia's largest business organization. This powerful group contributes to about 7% to Colombia's GDP, and it is formed by Nutresa, a food producer, Grupo Argos, a cement maker, and Grupo Sura, one of the country's biggest financial groups, and the majority shareholder of Bancolombia, the country's largest single commercial bank. I am joined by José Alberto Vélez, the chief of Grupo Argos. José Alberto, Medellin was once known as the world's capital of murder, drug trafficking, and kidnappings, but it has changed radically. And companies such as yours played a key role in that and are now increasingly known as a sort of positive force behind Medellin's revival. How did that happen?
During the 80s and 90s, when the violence, it was established all over the city, the corporate establishment, the executives, the companies, directors, and the industrial people in the city decided to maintain here, to stay here, and to defend the companies. The first defense that we made was, for example, some of the companies were taken by the mafia using the Colombian Stock Exchange, and we took those shares and we recovered, we buy them. And in many cases, we end up buying almost 100% of the company just to avoid that the mafia established in the stock exchange and in our industry. That was a very important thing.
But your companies also managed to expand successfully outside of Medellin, becoming a sort of national icon, and today they have a strong presence wherever you go in Colombia. How did you manage to accomplish that?
The Antioqueño people are committed to go outside Antioquia in many cases. From at the beginning of the 20th century, they cover most of the central part of the country, growing coffee trees. And that makes an industrial class of people decided to not establish only in this region, but thinking that the Colombia is the whole country and we need to be in all those parts. And since the beginning, Argos, in the cement industry, decided to establish two plants, one in Barranquilla and other in Cali. And then we moved to the western part of the country, to Sogamoso, nearby Bogota. And then we acquired another plants, and we convert Argos as a cement company in the leader of the cement business in Colombia with 51% of the market share. And then when we decided to establish in the electrical and energy sector, we buy companies all over, in the northern part of the countries, in the central part, and in the southern part of the countries. We think that we are not only thinking in Medellin or in Antioquia, but in Colombia, and also outside Colombia, internationally speaking.
I then went to the headquarters of Grupo Sura to talk to David Bojanini, the company's chief. David, I was just talking to José Alberto Vélez, who explained to me the scope the companies from Medellin now have at a national level. But also, in recent years,
organic and inorganic. And most of the companies today are market leaders, and we have acquired a market share that does not allow us to do more M&A activity and to experience some inorganic growth. This means that all the growth we have to do in the future has to be out of Colombia. We have important market shares in Colombia, and we still have a challenge for organic growth in Colombia and to develop the markets in Colombia. But really, if we want to use the cash that our companies are generating today, we have to invest out of Colombia, overseas. And that's the reason why we decided basically to explore other regions and to start acquiring other companies and taking our experience to those countries.
David, thank you very much for your insightful comments. And there is still some way to go for both Medellin and Colombia. But these companies show how the private sector is contributing to change the country for the better. From Medellin, Colombia, Andres Kipani for the Financial Times.